Hey, it's Vaughn. Welcome back to Spin the Rock. If you want to listen to us in any podcast format, we're on all podcast platforms. If you need to keep up with us, search us up on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome to the Spin the Rock podcast. I am your host Angel, and with me today is
Eugene?
And Vaughn.
we had a little 2 week holiday break, but now we're back. And just like always, during those 2 weeks, a lot of crazy things happen. Um, I feel like we'll go from least to most important. Well, no, I don't want to say it like that because what we're starting off with, I don't want to call it least important. Ricky Rubio retired. Um, I think it was like what, 13 years?
It was definitely over 10. Had to be.
Yeah. So he officially is retired. I mean, any thoughts about that at all?
Lots of highs, lots of probably even more lows in his career, but good player. Hopefully he goes on, in Europe and does something, or maybe even over here. But he's whatever.
Like, if you were to continue playing, he'd still be a good passer, decent defender. But if he's going back to Spain where he wants to be, that makes sense. I hope he doesn't just be remembered as the guy that the Timberwolves took over Steph Curry. Only time will tell.
Yeah, I think as of recent years, like the most recent thing he did was like be insane off the bench when the Cavs were like just way down there in the stands. Him and Kevin Love were like reliving their good years on the Cavs for that brief year. So I think it was a solid career, and he's definitely one of the players that like you knew who Ricky Rubio was when I was growing up. Like, so congrats. Moving on. Let's do Draymond Green is officially back with the Warriors. What do you guys think of this? And how quickly is he suspended again?
That Grizzlies game, I'm telling you, mark your calendars. Some sort of shenanigans. Marcus Smart. The Warriors Grizzlies history. Steve Kerr's gonna have to do something to keep him under control.
I mean, I think this will be his only suspension, at least for this season. Like I said last episode, I think he's gone, whether that's this season or in the off season. But yeah, I don't know. For some reason I thought he was suspended. I thought indefinitely meant the whole season. So I was kind of surprised when they said he was coming back, but maybe that's just me.
It could have lasted the whole season if Draymond wasn't doing his classes or whatever.
Right.
His side quests. Yeah, it definitely just meant like whenever the NBA felt like it. Like that's literally what it meant. Like it's like the same thing they did with Kyrie Irving.
Mhm.
Like they just kind of like we'll put him back when like we feel like he's good again.
Mhm.
Yeah. I also think he's gone sooner or later. I just think it's crazy that they even resigned him in the first place or extended or whatever they did.
Mhm.
Especially when like I just look at the damage they done. The Warriors are like way down there. Jordan Poole's having an atrocious season on the Wizards. And so it's just like the Warriors are in shambles. I really do think though, maybe he won't get suspended again, but something's gonna happen again. And like it's just like crazy to think about the Warriors, like the way what's going on with them right now. All right, and then Jordan Clarkson got a triple double, the first Jazz player since 2008 to have a triple double. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I didn't know it's been years since a Jazz player had a triple double. I was more shocked that like that was the stat and not the fact that there was a triple double at all.
Yeah, I mean, props to Jordan Clarkson because I'm pretty sure that was his first career triple double as well. Um, but yeah, like you were mentioning earlier, I'm surprised, you know, Donovan Mitchell or even like Rudy Gobert hasn't clocked one in while they were on the Jazz. Um, but yeah, it was probably gonna happen at some point, but what player? Obviously we didn't know, and Jordan Clarkson finally got them through that 16-year drought.
Yeah.
I think good for Jordan Clarkson right now, but when it comes like 2028, when Bronny James is in the league killing it and he's on the Jazz and he gets records for triple doubles, we're gonna be like, who's the last person? Oh, Jordan Clarkson. That's crazy.
I mean, that's what we just did. We were looking
Yeah.
at who the person was in 2008 was, and it was fucking Carlos Boozer. We were like, no way. Oh yeah, I'm not surprised. Like I think it's just like Eugene said, I really was shocked that like Donovan Mitchell or Rudy Gobert never got a triple double at Utah. And it makes me wonder like how many people were close to a triple double in those 16 years. Like how many 9 assists and like 10 and 10 were there? Because that's insane. 16 years without a single triple double.
I feel like there had to be a lot, especially with like how Donovan plays and used to play on the Jazz. Like he wasn't obviously he was like the main option, but he could also pass, he could also rebound, So I feel like he had to be close. And same with Rudy, or even like I mentioned earlier, like Deron Williams. Like I feel like there had to be a lot of close ones, but nobody ever got it.
Yeah.
Just dudes like Westbrook, Jokic, they've got us spoiled, man. Like every time we see a triple double, we don't blink anymore.
True. True. I feel like there's at least like 3 triple doubles every night. Like there's
That's what it
gotta
feels
be.
like.
So that's why I was like, no way. But
that's probably why the media made such a not a fuss about it, but like made it as big of a deal as it was, because it's like, and Jazz franchise history hasn't been done for so long. And then for Jordan Clarkson to get his first, I'm pretty sure it's his first triple double with said franchise, made it so like not historic, but like significant,
Yeah. Well, congrats to the Jazz and Clarkson. History right there. And then lastly, I think the biggest piece of news that we missed in the 2 weeks, Knicks and Raptors did a trade. It was the Raptors decided to send OG Precious Achiuwa Malachi
Achua. Precious
Malachi
Achua.
Malachi Flynn to the Knicks in exchange for Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, and a 2024 second rounder. What did you think of this trade? I think I kind of already know.
$100 million man. They got 2 more. Need to get out of there. Knicks definitely lost the trade. Even speaking as not necessarily an RJ Barrett hater, but I'm still pretty like knocked out. You know what I'm saying? But the Knicks definitely lost that trade. I haven't been paying attention to the Raptors, so you could probably speak about it more, Angel. But I think the Raptors can capitalize on RJ. They could kind of somewhat build around him. They still got Gary Trent, right?
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, so I feel like that'll be a solid backcourt. You know, just got to get some more pieces. They still have Pascal too, so um, just get a few more pieces, get a better, deeper bench. I feel like they could do something, at least amongst the young teams.
Yeah. Knicks, you know, I don't. They gave up their youth for OG, which probably fits them in a win now mode. But should they really be in a win now mode? Like,
hell no.
they're probably going to have to give OG a fat contract to stay there too. I think this is the last year of his deal, so it's not like, oh, they're exchanging RJ Barrett's 100 million contract for a cheaper one. They're probably going to have to pay a fat stack too. So, although he's a good defender, a good shooter, and maybe they make some noise in the playoffs this year, they're still far away from a contender. So, a move kind of questionable to me, but Knicks fans have been loving it, so we'll just have to see on that end. But on the Raptors side, I don't think any Raptors fan is mad about getting their Canadian like hometown hero in RJ Barrett, and Emmanuel quickly was just to sweeten the deal. Like you can't be mad about that. Um, I still worry about their shooting, their how their rotations are going to look, how their rookie coach is going to mix things up. But they're obviously not done trading. If they're done trading this season, like it would be a Chicago Bulls esque move. They got Pascal Siakam, they got assets to move. You know, you got a young core finally in Scotty Barnes, RJ, and quickly. Why stop now? You know, so exciting for the deadline coming up. It's every deadline. It always feels like it goes crazy.
Yeah.
And we got another good one cooking up. It feels like.
It only seems like it gets better somehow.
No, for real. No, for real. That's why we need expansion, bro. There's too many good players hopping around teams right now. Yeah, Knicks got robbed, bro. I'm like, no doubt about it. To put it simply, like it's working right now with OG, but he's been injury prone his entire career. Like constantly in the playoffs, the Raptors are either missing him or like throughout the regular season he was missing him. Like he's never usually always on the Raptors. He's always on the sidelines. People clown Kawhi Leonard for being street clothes, but OG is just as bad. Like he's always injured. And then Precious, bro, that man averaged 10 minutes and 2 points this season, bro. Like, I know he's supposed to be more of a defensive presence, but like he is just not really living up. Like when the Raptors first got him, it was seen as a steal, but it seems like no team is really like I think he can be a good defensive player, but no team is using him correctly, and that's why I still think like with those two players, like it's a win for the Raptors. Like the Knicks, if they wanted to get rid of RJ's contract, they could have done it with so many better ways. Because Emmanuel Quickly and RJ Barrett are solid pieces of the Knicks. Like the Knicks aren't that bad, like aren't that great, but like they are one of the few bright spots. And you could be like you can be an RJ Barrett hater because he does sometimes, you know, he's wishy-washy. But like Emmanuel Quickly, especially, he's a young guy that like you want on your team. And so I just think like the Raptors, like, there's no way around it. Like they won this trade, and I feel like they can continue winning if they keep getting rid of these assets they don't like. If they keep getting rid of these players for the assets they really need.
Yeah, like even just think about the scoring that's being traded here. It's Manuel Quickly and RJ Barrett average almost 20 points a game for OG Anunoby, only 15 points a game, and you're not using those other players. It seems like so. Jalen Brunson's back is really going to hurt.
Yeah, and like I said, so far it's working out. Like OG's balling in New York, but like, will he make it all the way to playoffs? He hasn't before. Like he's already missed a lot of playoffs with the Raptors, and so like I don't want to sound like I'm ragging on him, but like as a Raptors fan, I was hyped. 'Cause I'm like, finally, players I want to watch. I was like, let's go. But that's all I have to say about the trade. Any last thoughts?
I think I mean, I guess last thoughts, probably the Knicks will get worse and the Raptors will probably get a little bit better.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. All right. Let's see. Should we real quick? I don't think we have enough time to do standings and the All-Stars. So real quick, why don't we look at the West and tell me a team you're surprised by and where they're at. We don't have to exactly go through 1 through 10, but like if you look at the standings right now for the West, who's a surprising team?
Bro,
okay.
I mean, I really feel like we still got to say the Wolves, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how are they still sitting atop the West and, like, not best team in the league, but, you know, putting up a case for it, you know?
No, not best team in the league, but the only team that's better than them is the Celtics.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Like it's insane. And this time last year we were talking about all the teams who came back down to earth. And like the Wolves like just haven't. Like they're hooping right now. It's insane.
Yeah. I think my all NBA prediction for Anthony Edwards is a lock at this point, but honestly, he could get clutch player of the year too. It feels like. I feel like it's a good snag. Like close games, him with the ball is just dangerous time. Like I've seen him beat the Celtics when they face each other. Like he's like unstoppable in that time. And I don't know how, but Rudy Gobert and Cat playing with each other has just been working.
Yeah.
Props to the coach for trying to fix that problem because the double big thing, everyone was doubting it. I was doubting it last year, and it looks like good basketball.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because like when Rudy first got traded, I was like, obviously neither of them are going to come off the bench, but I thought in my head it could work out really well. Now, obviously, they would have to figure out a system and how it works, and it took them a whole season and almost a half to figure it out. But I'm glad to see that it's coming to fruition for them. I will say that.
Yeah, because we were clowning them. We were like, why did they give these bigs so much money? We were like, why did they like? What are they doing? Like, why are the Wolves doing this? And then like now we're looking at it and like, what did they know, bro? Like, did they know this was gonna happen? I highly doubt it, but it looks like it's working out for them.
I still think they're all overpaid. Maybe not Cat because he's been there the longest, but it's working. They clearly want to keep it. So
yeah, it's insane for sure.
I can't hate.
For me, I think we have to bring it up because Vaughn wanted to mention it in our news segment. The Lakers' downward spiral since the in-season tournament win. It's actually insane. Like it blows my mind how quickly they fell in the standings since that win. They're 2-8 in their last 10.
Like LeBron and AD have both been balling ever since, and they're still losing. Like they've been healthy too, like as far as LeBron and AD goes.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't understand how this is happening.
And they're not even like close. Some of these games, like some of them are like bad.
Yeah, I mean, granted, they can still like one win and they're back in play-ins, but like just like not too long ago, we were talking about how they were fourth in the league and how they looked hot and like they were doing everything right, and now Darvin Ham is up for being fired. which like I'm not really a coach guy, especially not with my own team. So I'm not going to talk about whether or not he should be fired. But I feel like Lakers have been saying this for a while. And
I mean,
so
it's because, bro, when you really think about it, they say that for every major market team.
mhm,
They'll say it for the Lakers every season.
yeah.
That we're bad. They'll probably say it every season for as long as the Celtics are bad.
Yeah.
Probably if the Heat maybe were worse, they'd probably be saying about Eric Spoelstra too.
Mhm.
It's like I feel like every major market team, if they're bad, it's always coach will get fired,
Except the Knicks.
Right.
Yeah, Tom is perfectly safe for some reason.
There's just like maybe a little change you could do is why is Austin Reeves not only getting like 28 minutes a game? Like LeBron is just turned 39 and he's playing like 36 minutes. Like why? Why are you doing this to him? Like Austin Reeves is a ball handler. He can shoot. He can score. He defend. He should be out there. He's 25.
LeBron can't wait for that draft, bro. That LeBron cannot wait for that draft because I know he's not going to take the next year serious at all. That man's gonna be like just kicking back, doing ridiculous shit with Bronny on his team. But it's still like insane how like the fact that he's like, yeah, we're just garbage. Like it's insane. I didn't even hear him say that with the Cavs team. So like I think he's just fed up because like I don't know what to say. It's funny.
It's the old man coming out of him now, bro.
No, fact, bro. The age finally caught up to him, bro.
Yep.
He's sick of it.
He's saying whatever is coming on his mind, bro.
I'm LeBron James. What are you gonna do? Trade me?
I just know come trade deadline, you can put this on the board. D'Lo will not be in a Lakers uniform. That man is gone.
Ooh.
They're saying bye-bye to him.
Yeah,
honestly, I can't say nothing about that because he at first when he was starting, playing hella fire, playing good defense, shooting, at a decent clip, getting his assists here and there, and then it was like in-season tournament. Nope, not so good. After in-season tournament, even worse. Gets sent to the bench. And yeah, it's been a downward spiral for him as well. But hopefully, he could turn it around. We still got a month till trade deadline, so we'll see. But it's not a lot of time for him to fix his play.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, not much I can add on to this to the Lakers talk now. I'm pretty much hit every point.
Lakers Timberwolves would have been my picks, but if I have to choose a team that's like, why are they here? It's the Clippers. How did they start so bad in the James Harden era and just turn it around? Like, I won't believe how good they are in playoffs. I think they're falling apart in playoffs, but right now they're killing it in the regular season, and it's kind of making me mad.
Well, it's also crazy because James Harden is also doing good, and I wanted the downfall. I'm not gonna lie, because I predicted them in the finals. And then they did the trade, and they were making me look dumb, bro. They were making me look more dumb than when I said Pelicans dynasty. And so I'm kind of pissed too, because they're also the reason why the Kings aren't higher up. Like the Kings are so close to being in like top 4, top 3, but the Clippers keep winning games. And it's like, why? What's going on?
I know. I definitely need to watch some more of those games because I'm also very confused at how they're sitting so high up right now. If you hadn't brought them up, Vaughn, I definitely would have. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna tune in probably some more this week just to see like what's going on. I feel like it's still a lot of ISO ball though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I saw like some of the game winners or like just like the clutch moments, and it's literally just one of them doing like a cross up move 3. Like it's not really any teamwork going on there, and usually that's how it goes. But it's like I don't know. It just makes me like, are they frauds? That's a different topic for another day. But like,
Mhm.
they might be.
They're
All
on a
right,
4-game win streak right now. 5-game win streak.
bro. I'm telling you, every time the Kings look like they might move up, the Clippers stop it. Like, all right, East Side. Who is a team that's surprising you?
I'll be honest. I don't think there's any big surprises here.
Right. Like,
I think it's all like it makes sense.
okay. Well, I'll say the Magic only because they were sitting so high up earlier this
Mhm.
season. But we did mention, it is early, a lot can happen, and clearly a lot has happened. Now they're sitting barely over 500.
They're how the Timberwolves like should have played out.
Right.
Because they didn't come down to earth that quickly, but slowly but surely, like they've been like kind of falling down
Mhm.
little by little. And so yeah, I think it's more so like it's about time because they were kind of pushing it. I was like, hold on, this may not be a fluke, but then like they started losing more and more, and I think it just caught up to them finally.
Right. I will also say though, the Pacers, because the Pacers are winning. It's insane. Because I still follow. I have their game alerts on ESPN still, from last year. Um, they're winning some of these games, not all of them, by so like the margin is huge, bro. Like 2 days ago, they put up 150 points. They won against the
That's insane.
Hawks. It was 150 to 116. The Bucks, they won against the Bucks, 142 to 130. They won back to back against the Bucks. But then let's see a loss. Then they lost to the Magic. They lost to the Grizzlies. Um, lost to the Clippers. The Clippers put up 150 points in that game. So it's like these they haven't had a single game under 100 points. Like for or against. That's kind of crazy. But like I don't know. I feel like the Pacers are a better team. They definitely are a better team on paper, but it's probably schedule wise, more difficult for them to actually climb the rankings anyway.
Mhm.
That's what I feel like. But I feel like the Magic and Pacers, definitely the Magic is probably the biggest surprise, but the Pacers aren't a little bit further ahead. But they're also all tied for sixth place. So
Yeah, they win 2 games, they climb up to the 4th spot. So
yeah.
it's a really tight race.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Hawks because usually they're mid, but this year they're just straight up bad. Below 500. They're like they're 5-9 at home. Like they're just still not turning things around. This time last year, like Trey Young was like thinking about asking for a trade, and they were mid. Like they weren't like necessarily bad, they were just mid, but like I don't know what's going on with them. It seems like they're just regressing, like they're going backwards.
Right. I feel like they're definitely missing a lot of pieces. Quinn Snyder working with what he got,
Yeah.
but even a good coach can't do everything by himself.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of this has been them sitting around waiting for things to happen. Like they've wanted DeAndre Hunter to become like an all-star caliber player, or like even John Collins when he was there, they were waiting for that to happen, and it just
Mhm.
hasn't. And now the DeJounte Murray, Trey Young experiment is kind of like you knew its flaws going into it, but now you're still 11th seed in the East, so it's like, what kind of hope is there for these two together if the supporting cast isn't really going to help out quite as much as I thought they would? So, RIP to this Hawks team.
No, for real. All right. Moving on. It is December All Stars. December is over. If you haven't seen an All-Star episode before, we go East and West. Point guards 1 through 5. It's kind of has to be agreed upon almost. We try to like make sure we all like collectively agree on the 5. Why don't we start with let's start with the West Center. Get the obvious out the way. Who is your Western Center All-Star? I'll go first. Alfred Sengun. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He's been hooping though.
He has been hooping. No, it's Jokic, bro. Like, come on. That man just scored a game winner like not too long ago.
I'm gonna come at you hot, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I got Chet, bro.
Chat.
I got Chet.
Wow.
He's not Jokic. He's not Jokic. But he's averaging 17 and 7, and he's third in the league in blocks right now, behind Brook Lopez and Wemby. The Thunder are sitting at the 2 seed as well, and I feel like that's due to not only his defensive presence, but the Thunder's in general. So I think I'm just throwing his name out there. I'm not mad at Jokic, but just turning y'all's gears, you know what I'm saying?
I was also putting into consideration Anthony Davis because this is December, right? That's the finals of the play-in tournament. The man averaged like 28 points a game throughout that month and like 10 rebounds almost on good efficiency. Like that was AD's best month, it seemed like, came out. So, but obviously Jokic is Jokic. He's almost averaging a triple-double throughout December as a center. Like, I don't need to gush on the man anymore. He's one of a kind.
I think if this was the month for anyone to take it, it definitely was possible. But like he's like Vaughn said, he's almost averaging a triple-double. I think if his rebounds were like 9 rebounds and like 9 assists, I would probably not give it to him. But like he's so close to that triple-double as a center, and I just think like the grip is loosening though. I'm not gonna lie. This year, it seems like more and more we're like bringing up other centers too.
Right.
Then that could be like the LeBron effect.
The fatigue.
Yeah, the fatigue. All right. Power forward. I'll go just because Vaughn said mine. I thought AD was a power forward, so I was gonna vote him for the power forward. But I don't really watch Lakers games, so I think definitely could have been playing him center, and I just didn't know.
His primary position is power forward, but depending on the lineup, we play him as center, so he's really interchangeable. I mean, I won't disagree, but just to throw another name out there, I don't watch a lick of Pistons basketball, but his averages are looking kind of nice. Jalen Duren, he's averaging 15 points, and he's leading the league, or he led the league in December in rebounds per game with just over 13 and a half. So something to consider, but
are we doing West or East?
West.
Oh, West, okay.
Oh shoot. Detroit's East, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, then we'll stick with AD.
I'll go AD. Like, shout out to Lauri Markkanen. He's been scoring. He's been hooping, but AD won the play-in tournament on a very impressive performance. So
I also just like every time I look at Markkanen's assist numbers, I just like they're so
Oh.
funny.
He does not pass.
He does not pass at all. Small forward.
See, the obvious answer is LeBron, but KD's been fighting for his life, trying to keep the Suns in contention here. Especially in December, I think there were injuries to Bradley Beal and Booker. So,
Yeah.
props to him for just keeping that team above water. But at the same time, LeBron, same thing with AD, won a play-in tournament. The man's 38 at the time. He was 38, remember? Just turned 39. So
Right.
no old head should be doing this. I feel like I said the same thing last month. It's
And
really
we
a
will say
matter
the
of
same thing next month.
who's going to dethrone this man.
Damn, yeah. You know what sucks is I wanted to give it to Kawhi Leonard this month, and he played 9 games, dude. Just one more game because he was averaging 29 points in December, and he was hooping this December. But yeah, I'm gonna also have to give it to LeBron just because like Juan said, he won the play-in tournament. And like he's one of the bright spots on the Lakers right now, which is it's insane that we're saying that, but it's true. Like if like you're a Lakers fan, at least LeBron is still performing, and he's playing a lot this year. Like I think in November and December he both hit double-digit games. October he wasn't really playing, but like still like he's playing a lot more than he should be, to be honest.
He should be playing like retirement home minutes, and he's playing like your 24-year-old superstar. Like, no, I wouldn't blame him if his knees were hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no qualms with LeBron.
All right, LeBron gets small forward. I gotta turn on my light. It's getting dark as hell. It's only 4, bro. Shooting guard.
I mean, I feel like the obvious answer is SGA, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely SGA.
I mean, how could you not, bro? Like shout out Harden because like we mentioned, like he's annoyingly good so far. But SGA has been averaging 30 for the past 2 months, bro. Like that's insane.
31 points a game and 3 steals through the month of
Right.
December.
He led the league in both of those categories in December.
Oh,
don't
but
know.
what about? No, I'll save him. I was gonna say, what about Ant?
Yeah, there's a case to be made, but SGA just played better in December. They're both very good, and they're both 1 and 2 in the West. Like maybe
Yeah.
if one was like 8th in the West, like maybe there's a case, but it's just hard to dethrone him as well.
No, that's facts.
Like
He's also shooting very efficient. He's shooting 55% from the field. So
he's such a strange build in 2023. Like he's kind of got like a thin frame, but he's got like a killer mid range. He doesn't shoot threes at a high volume, which in the Steph Curry era is kind of like, how is he getting away with that? But he's just like so good at getting the rim too.
It's
He's
insane.
fun to watch.
mhm.
And I think the hardest one, well, not the hardest, but like the one that I had trouble with, point guard.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was pretty easy. I'm going Ja, bro.
Really?
I'm going Ja. He went with think about it. He was out 25 games, bro. He was out 25 games. Bro comes back, takes the Grizzlies on a 4-game win streak. They are 4, 5, 6. They are 6-3 with him on the court. Yes, I know he's only played 9 games up to this point, but he's turning the Grizzlies around, bro.
Okay.
Okay. In January, I think he'll have a stronger consideration only because December felt like the beginning of a good story.
Right.
And January's the middle, and February is going to take us the end, getting them into playoff contention. But in December, he only played 6 games, whereas Luka played all 13 and was scoring 37 points a game.
That's crazy. We're gonna have a 3-way, bro. Because I was gonna say De'Aaron Fox. I was gonna say, I said 3. I didn't say threesome. I said 3-way.
Doesn't matter.
Bro, yes, it does. Bro, what? I said 3. Okay.
That's crazy.
Anyways, I think it's more crazy that Eugene said pause on that. Anyway, I was gonna say De'Aaron Fox. He has 29 points, also played 13 games, almost averaged 2 steals, and he averaged 6.5 assists. And he's shooting 43% from the 3 and 47% from the field. I feel like the only thing Luka really has on him is the points.
I mean, he's almost doubled his rebounds, though.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. True. I didn't see that. Yeah.
They're shooting fairly, basically identical field goal percentage. Luka not that great. I mean, he's decent at threes, but it's nothing to be amazed by.
Yeah, well, it is a high volume too. It's 38% on 11 attempted threes a game, which is
Right.
like Steph Curry.
But it's not because he wants to; it's because he has to. So, I feel like there's a difference in that as well. But
Damn, I really wanted to give De'Aaron Fox one, but I might have to go to Luka. Damn it. Yeah, okay.
Luka it is then.
Luka it is. All right. Any honorable mentions for any position at all?
I gotta say, both Devin Booker and Jalen Brunson both had really good Decembers, 27 a game almost. It was really quiet too, it seems. Well, besides Jalen Brunson had like a crazy triple-double, I think, at one point. But
I mean, you could still say Jalen Brunson.
yeah, like as far as we go talking about a Steph Curry, Luka type, Jalen Brunson never gets his name mentioned, and he's doing great things for the Knicks. Without him, they'd probably be a lottery team, fat contract or not.
You could still say Jalen Brunson. He's in the East.
Oh my God, bro! I was just looking at my notes I had and had him mentioned.
See, bro, we be blanking, bro.
Hey, it's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. It's been a long 2 weeks too. I felt like it hasn't been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But no, I definitely Devin Booker. Yeah, Devin Booker is a good shout out because shooting guard was just hard this month for sure. A lot of them were going off. I want to shout out Paul George, just because it wasn't it wasn't worth mentioning for him to be nominated, but he did have a solid December, and he's been having a solid season so far. And he's playing a good amount of games for someone who was usually resting last year. And I also wanted to shout out Sabonis, who played 14 games this month and averaged 20 points, 13 rebounds, and 8 assists. And somehow shot 100% from the 3 with 0.3 shots taken. I didn't notice that when I wrote my notes, but that's kind of funny. But yeah, he's also been shooting 58% from the field on 17 shots. So it's not like crazy numbers, but he's been reliable for the Kings. And I think that's one of the reasons why they've been kind of in the race to get higher up there in the standings.
I guess for me, Vaughn mentioned him earlier, Kevin Durant. He's
Mhm.
been, trying to do everything he can for the Suns, even though they're still sitting at like an 8 seed or whatever it is. um, but another one that I'm seeing, Desmond Bain, he's literally been trying to do everything for the Grizzlies. For as long as Jaw was out, he's averaged in December 26 points per game on 50% shooting from the field and 42 from the three. So he's literally trying or was trying his best to will them to a win that they could not find.
Yeah,
Desmond,
like Desmond, he's a strange one because I don't know how he gets his shots up over these other guys, especially when his wingspan is like built like a T-Rex. Like he should not be, he should not be such a good shooter as he is, and not just that, but a good passer and playmaker. I've seen as Jaw's been absent. So, good on him.
I have a board prediction. De'Aaron Fox will be a finalist for MVP this year. I think with how high the Kings are and how good he's been playing, bro, like he keeps getting better. Like last year we saw him in the clutch award race, and I think this year I just think he can be a finalist. I'm not saying he's gonna win because Jokic and Embiid exist. But I
Hey,
just
and Ant now.
and SGA
Yep.
and Luca. But
So, where do you think he'll finish? Top 5
I
or
think
top?
he'll finish top 5. I think if he keeps it up, if he keeps it up and he sneaks up there, I think he can even maybe get the third.
See,
I mean, top 5 is literally like 2 votes. So like,
Yeah.
it's definitely possible.
That's why I said he could sneak in there.
Right.
I don't even think he can just keep playing as he is. I think he has to do even better to be
Yeah.
considered. Like, if that comes true, the man will be enshrined in Kings history.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. But
He'll get a statue for sure.
oh yeah, he's definitely getting a king statue. For never left, even though he should have a long time ago.
Facts.
All right. East Center.
Okay, see now it's interesting because we can't say Joel. He only played 9 games.
True. And
Even though-
he dropped 40
Yeah.
that month, bro.
He averaged 40 on 9 games, bro.
And we also can't say Porzingis because he only played 8 games.
Bam only played 6 games.
Bro, is Mark Williams only played 2 games.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Jalen Duren, it was an honorable mention. He only played 5 games.
That's crazy. See, I didn't even look at his games though.
Bro, the only solid center that played more than 10 games is Jared Allen.
Oh, Miles Turner as well, 13 games.
Oh yeah.
There's
Oh my-
Vooch too, but I would not put Vooch as my number 1. I definitely like Miles Turner. I mentioned him like sometime last year. But Jarrett Allen's also a good pick.
Let me see.
I always do like Miles Turner for holding it down in the
Yeah,
Pacers front court.
I
Like,
think
the
I'm
man's
gonna
always
have to agree
plus.
with you. Miles Turner definitely should get it. In the month where literally Embiid is not an option, I think Miles Turner definitely should get it.
I won't argue that.
Finally, Embiid is dethroned for 1 month.
For 1 month. All you have to do is play 1 game, bro. And it would have been no conversation. 40 points in December is crazy.
Right.
All right. Power forward.
This is probably just as hard as center. No?
I would say so because you got Giannis, you got Tatum, there's a Siakam, there's a Paolo. Oh, I will go Giannis on this one, not just because he's averaging 32 points a game, but he's also a great defender, like team defender. I know he's got his depoy, but like obviously he's got Brook at his back, but I think his responsibility on the defensive end is just gotten higher since Dame has arrived. He's got to cover what whoever blows past Dame. Which also shout out to Dame. He's been holding it down at the point guard spot, but you can only do so much when you're like 6'1", 6'2". And then like,
Yeah.
your shooting guard's also like 6'2".
Yeah. I thought about Siakam because the games I've been watching, he has been doing like pretty good and upping his trade value, but his stats compared to both, the only stats where it's comparable is like points and rebounds. Everything else compared to Giannis and Paolo, he just doesn't stack up.
Mhm. Yeah, and just to expand on just some more stats, he's like averaging a block and a steal per game. He's shooting 61% from the field, but you know, when you can take 2 steps from half court and lay the ball up, I would shoot 60% too. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's pretty easy to say Giannis.
For once, made me think someone was going to dethrone him though. I was close, but yeah, you like the fact it's just Giannis is good at everything, bro.
Mhm.
And it's like the other power forwards is like they're fluid, they're very efficient in some aspects, but in other aspects they lacked, and yeah, it's hard to get that nomination when Giannis is like good at literally everything. Small forward.
I feel like it's Tatum, right?
Yeah. We got possible people would be Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, DeMar DeRozan, Franz Wagner, Mikal Bridges maybe, but Tatum just he's been a lock at the spot for years now. You
Right.
could make an argument Jaylen Brown plays more small forward, but it's just on a lineup basis.
They're the same position, literally.
Yeah.
They're built exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean it's got to be Tatum. Shout out to the other ones though for sure. Like DeMar DeRozan, definitely has been doing better this December on a very sad Bulls.
Well, ever since Levine hasn't been playing, Kobe White's been starting, and they've been winning more games. So Bulls fans like to think there's hope out there, but
I'm
we
just
all
glad.
know.
I am happy that Kobe White is getting minutes, bro. I never understood why like he really didn't get a chance. And like honestly, bro, get Levine out of there. Like that man did not. I think he needs to be on like a mid team to do good, bro. Like, all right, shooting guard.
I'm
I mean,
pretty set on Donovan Mitchell, but I want to hear if y'all got anything else.
see, I was going to, but then he's only played 9 games as well.
Oh, that's true.
Because I was 100% set on Donovan as well. Bro,
Yeah.
shooting guard?
This was hard because when I saw Donovan, this is what I was telling Vaughn. I was struggling on shooting guard because when I saw Donovan Mitchell only had 9 games, I was like, okay, who can I look at? It might have to be Jaylen Brown. I do have an honorable mention though. Scary
What if-
Terry.
No, I'm sorry, but no.
He was hooping December, bro. Honorable mention. He was hooping in December, bro.
Okay. What about Cade
I feel like if you're on a historically bad team, no matter how good you're doing, I don't know if you're an all-star in any given month.
Bro, he was trying, bruh.
He started being a fucking existential during media, bro. I don't think we could make him an all-star.
His time will come in the future, many years from now, but I don't know if December 2023 is his time.
Hey, Kate, if you watching this, all power to you, my boy.
Just know you have support, and everybody knows you're trying your hardest. Okay, stay strong. I saw a thing on Twitter, and its account was like, "Did Cade Cunningham retire?" It was one of those daily post accounts. So funny. I feel so bad for the man. Yeah, I think it has to be Jaylen Brown.
I mean, I guess it's only fair too because we put AD and LeBron as well.
Yeah. All right. And lastly, point guard.
I'm going Trae Young. I don't care.
Yeah,
Wow.
I thought we were going to have an argument, Tyrese Halliburton, but Trae Young has been crazy throughout the summer.
He's been cooking.
I also thought there was going to be an argument. I was also going to say Trae Young. Like, I honestly thought I was going to get clowned. I'm not going to lie.
That's crazy. Great minds think alike.
Yeah, I mean, 30 points, 8 assists. Like,
He's shooting 10 threes a game and making 42% of them. Like,
he's also efficient as hell. I mean, shout out Halliburton and Brunson. Like, they're also hooping this December. Even like Maxey, bro. Like, even Maxey was hooping this December.
Maxey was going crazy.
I'm sorry, Hornets fans, you didn't get LaMelo in December whatsoever. Just pain.
And he probably won't for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, like every point guard in the East will. Let me rephrase that. Every like point guard that you think would do good did good. Even Dame had an insane December, bro. But somehow Trae Young edged them all out. He was just out of his mind. Any honorable mentions at all?
I'll throw Derek White out there because I'm biased as hell. 20 points throughout December. I can't put a third Celtic on there. That would be insane. But as far as a guard goes, that's not an all-star typically. Not have that limelight on him. It makes me very happy as a fan.
Maybe a Julius Randle. He played 14 games. Almost averaged 30 points per game. Almost 9 rebounds, basically 9 rebounds per game on 54% shooting from the field. So, I mean, I feel like that can't go unnoticed, but
yeah, especially after like his really bad start to the year. Like this is where he should be at, and the Knicks have not fallen out of playoff contention because of it. So, thank God he found out how to play basketball.
Hopefully he can keep it up.
He found the ball that the alien stole his powers with and caught him back. Shout out Cam Thomas, bro. 15 games in December, 19 points.
I think that's probably every game in the month, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a single player do that. At least that we named.
No. He's only 15 gamer. That's literally the only reason why I mentioned him. All his other stats, he's basically marketing and Michael Porter Jr. for the Nets. He's only shooting the rock, bro. That's all he does.
0 assists.
He has in the month of December 2.4 assists, bro.
He's only passing because he has to, not because
Yeah.
he wants to.
But yeah, shout out him because last year he wasn't getting any minutes, even though he should, and he's finally getting minutes, and he's doing solid. Definitely a guy you would want on your team for off the bench scoring for sure. All right, do we even have to do East versus West this time, bro? I think it's pretty clear who wins.
Well, rattle them off just real quick.
West is Jokic and Miles Turner. Power forward is AD and Giannis. Small forward is Tatum and LeBron. Shooting guard is Brown and SGA. Point guard is Trey Young and I know who we picked. I'm just blinking on his name. Luka. Who wins?
I think when you just named off the entire West, they average over like 110 points a game by themselves. There's no way that East team's beating the West.
Not to mention, yeah, defense as well. So yeah, I'd probably go West as well. And it's not even to say like the weak is the weak. The East is weaker, but I think that matchup would just be who puts up more points than the other.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. Both sides are solid teams, but like West all went off in the month of December. like we were talking about how East point guards went off. That was the West, but with every position. And the ones who won, they like Jokic almost triple double, like AD and LeBron, the only good players on the Lakers right now. Luka almost averaging 40. Like, it's insane. So, got to give it up to West. Any last thoughts before we get out of here?
I just hope we keep seeing more good basketball.
No, facts.
This year has been going forward.
This year has been pretty solid ball. I'm not gonna lie. It's been an insane season.
Also, staying tuned for that deadline as well.
Yes, definitely keep an eye out on Spin the Rock for that deadline. We're coming at you. We had our holiday break, but we're back to weekly episodes. Yeah, if you're listening on any podcast platforms, make sure you leave us that good old 5 stars. Leave a review. Let us know who was snubbed on the Spin the Rock All-Star list. If you're looking for the video format, that is on YouTube at Spin the Rock, so make sure you like and subscribe there. We're on all social media platforms, and we're finally back on Instagram. It was just bad timing that I started it back up right before we went on the holiday break. That wasn't on purpose. But yes, Instagram is back, TikTok, Twitter, all that's Spin the Rock. So make sure you check us out there for clips and episode updates. Thank you for listening. We'll see you again next week.